race number 2 for the D&Q Karting Series here at Millbridge Speedway. It's B2B Paint Solutions Night. Well, I'm down here with Blaine Donahue, who has come so close to winning the Carolina Racing Supply Dash Series races and second place last race, Rookie of the Year last year. Is tonight going to be the night you finally break through? You've been so close.
Yeah, I think we're going to come close tonight, or if it's not tonight, it's definitely going to be next race, but tonight's going to probably be the night. So.
And we got Robert Showalter back in the feature, so that's another guy you're going to have to race last year's champion in the series. Have you and your dad just found something recently that's really helped you guys out?
It's just a lot of setting up the go-kart and making sure the air pressure's right, and then just finding the right groove on the racetrack, and that's all it is.
So saw Blaine Donahue battle with Zach Campolonia for that win last race. Look for him to take home the win here tonight in the Carolina Racing Supply Dash Series feature. Thank you. Well, this was our last USAC race, Bill, and what a finish we had.
Yeah, heck of a race, really tight races, and here at Contarino, just JFK's Stephen Broy just takes him out right there and doesn't even get the win.
Whole thing looks like you got Contarino'd from my perspective. Is that pretty much what you saw too?
Fuck yes it is. I am fucking fed up with them. I get tore up by them every damn week. And it's just
I'm down here with Lee Harvey Oswald, a.k.a. Mike Contarino. You got into Broy there last race. He got JFK'd. Explain what happened there and what was the thought process behind that, and was it intentional to make that contact?
It wasn't intentional. It was racing. I'm not coming here just to ride second behind someone who's faster. Tried to move him up out of the groove, and our tires got tangled. It's just a racing incident, and if he wants to bitch and complain about it, oh well.
So talk about the friction between SKE and Kinder Performance Group. They've seemed to... Last year, you guys dominated everything. This year, they've kind of caught up with some rule changes that we had from the end of the year last year. Is there just tension between everybody, or is it just hard racing and it gets thought as tension?
I think it just gets thought as tension, but when half the field is them and half the field is us, when we get into each other, it's one against the other, so, oh well. But racing's racing. Get the fuck over it and keep going.
So you were really fast last race. Do you feel like you're going to carry that speed into tonight's feature?
Yeah, I've been pretty quick. When we figured it out about mid-season last year and been running top 3 since then, and it's just been fast. SKU does a good job with all that stuff, making it quick.
Mike Contarino, a past champion in the D&Q Series, looking to take home this win tonight. Always two sides to every story, just like a silver dollar. But Jay-Z, let's talk about some lane choice in that USAC Series.
Yeah, you saw the restarts here can be hectic, and lane choice is important, right? The bottom's the shortest way around, but that go-kart is in way more yaw. And with these treaded tires, maybe keeping the kart straighter on the outside lets you get back to the gas faster and win that race down to turn 3. It's really up to driver preference and how you have that stagger set in these Hoosier treaded tires when you restart here in the D&Q Series.
I'm down here at Mecky Harshaw, a driver in the Cup Series and the USAC Series. Had a great finish in the Cup Series race on the Biltona 50. Can you build off that momentum in both series and try to make a run at the points by this season?
Well, I'm going to try as hard as I can. I've been listening to what Adam Welch and Kyle B got to tell me, and they've been a really good help with the SK, and it's been really fast lately, and just trying to build momentum.
So talk about D&Q Series. A lot of people come here just to have fun. I'm sure that's what you're doing. What is different about this series than racing anywhere else?
Well, if you go to any of those big races, you got to start prepping tires, and you got to have 15 other sets. And when you come here, you can either have one set really good or another set not good. You know, it's all about air pressure and how the kart drives, not really about prepping tires and what to prep and how to prep, or in the inside too.
So who are your sponsors? Who helps you get to the racetrack every weekend?
My biggest help is my uncle. He's always there to take me to the racetrack. I also got to thank Speed Clinic for the grid motor, Adam Welch and SK over there for the big help, for letting me drive one of their go-karts, and that's about it.
Mecky Harshaw looking to take some momentum from the Biltona 50 into the rest of the season tonight. Thanks. The SRI Pole Award given to the fastest qualifier, and that'll be Mark Ellis with a 12.234 for tonight's race. He will start on the pole with Robert Showalter on the outside pole.
Row number 2, Chris Bailey and Kyle Beatty.
Third row in Escape Pool Cleaning Cup Series, J.R. Norris and Curtis Markham.
Mike Lee Harvey Oswald Contarino and Adam the Bad Kitty Welsh in the next row.
Matt Modi and Dylan Latour, row number 7.
Row 8, Ronnie Carroll and Tyler the Sandman Sandmeyer in the 12.
Derek Kale, Levi Hurley in the next row.
CJ Winslow and Mickey Drew back where he belongs.
Chris Minogan, Tucker Scanlon in the 71C, baby.
How to round out the field, Dylan Latour has the electric one-man kart stand Avenger in-kart camera for tonight's event, and the Cup Series ultra competitive as always. Mark Ellis donning that beautiful beautiful green and white cart as he takes the green and leads his field down into 1.
Definitely can't say that sponsor because they don't pay us. So it's the green and white cart. Oh my God! We got one up on top of each other. It looks like a Friday night after prom. That was wild. Turn number 1, lost it all. Sandmeyer's turned around in that. Big name.
Let's see what happened again here, Jay-Z.
Talking about that inside lane, you get that yaw, and whoever was in third place there just got turned around, and no one wanted to lift, and they got their shit pushed in, so to speak, here by the rest of the field, pretty much packing it in on the bottom there.
Well, Whiskey Throttle Welsh got a piece of that thing too. Let's go on board with Dylan Latour and check this out there, Bill.
That's a good one, Whiskey Throttle Welsh. Whoa! Dylan Latour right up in it. This is on board with Ricky Stenhouse, and yeah, wait for me.
Just got arrow tight there on the restart. Looks like Curtis Markham hit Beatty's left rear. And that's what happens there in dirty air, as we're going to re-rack the field and let Mark Ellis lead him back to green once again. As he takes the green flag with Robert Showalter on the outside. Looks like he's got his cup operation up and running. As he tries to make the move on the outside quarter, and he's there, and he's going to stay with him as they head down into 3.
Bobby Showtime fell off for a minute. Now he's back. Motors by on the outside. Big momentum up top there. Making it work. And as we saw earlier, that bottom lane slow off exit. Bobby Showtime to the point.
Yeah, Showtime's go-kart looking really free, getting a good run off of the corner. Looks like Ellis has got to put a little bit more wheel into it and scrubbing more speed as we hop on board the Avenger one-man electric kart stand with Dylan Latour. A little bit of clay in his helmet, but he gives the 8 of poop a jump there, a bump there coming off of 4. You can see how yawed out these karts are getting. The track's real smooth, but it looks like these treads are fighting for a little grip as Bailey is gotten by Ellis and starts to put a kart between them as we get a hornet's nest here through 10th and the rest of the field.
Yeah, lots of aero tight going on back there, that's for sure.
Yeah, and you know what? The Cup Series, the best drivers that we have in DNQ, and we use that very loosely, but my goodness, it's getting pretty hard with the competition here tonight, and Millbridge is always different. Jeremy and Ashley do a great job with their racetrack here in Salisbury, North Carolina, but man, I mean, one night you could be really good, one night you could be total junk, and I think we're seeing that, because Adam Welsh was really good as J.R. Norris gets a nice little bump there from Matt Moat.
Yeah,
I think it has a little bit to do with the running order too, Bob and Bill, where if you're used to going out in one of the last classes, that track's really run in and really good, and if the next week you go out first in the order, the track's real green, it doesn't have that Monster Energy Ultra Black groove in it yet. Your setup might be a little off, which I think we're seeing here tonight.
Yeah, it doesn't help that nobody really knows what they're doing either. So some of these guys think they're the hot shit, and then they'll go out and try to coil by the left rear and be tighter than.
Frog's asshole?
Tighter than one of Crossthread's bolts. You know what I think what happens here, Bill and Jay-Z, is sometimes you go out on that first racetrack, feels really good, and you put the woke setup in it, and then it just goes to shit not long after that.
It really depends on how early some of these drivers transition, right? They're not really capable of making a decision for themselves quite yet, and they just look around them in their little echo chamber what's happening, and sometimes they force these changes on one another, and it really puts them at a disadvantage. But we'll see here. Maybe a veteran and someone like Bobby Showtime who's got all the parts and pieces in the right spot can really show them and lead by example.
Yeah, it's not uncommon to be down there and somebody running around the back just starts cutting off axles, and all of a sudden they think they're going to get better, and they just keep getting worse. I mean, there's not much you can do. after you start cutting that thing down.
Now, spindle snouts, too, another one you got to watch. They're going to start cutting the ends off of those. We're watching Chris Bailey. I think his tires went through a transition, watching him getting through the center of the corner there.
Sure looks like it. Transition right into that hard prep.
Yeah, and this is a great battle for Showalter and Bailey as well. Watching the 4 and the 5 battle it out as, yeah, I mean, you know, Bailey's been at the back, you know, for the last couple of races, and all of a sudden he's really fast, JZ.
Yeah, you know, people get desperate. They feel like they're in a place where they don't belong, and they get a little confused and lose their way, and all of a sudden they start changing things, and their tires start transitioning using chemicals that really should be banned and are banned in D&Q, but these drivers get their hands on them anyways, and next thing you know, they're caught cheating. They're doing the wrong thing.
I mean, these tires are only 3 years old, so I wouldn't really be transitioning those tires. This is so wrong. Just can't do that to young tires like that. It's terrible.
No, absolutely not.
Chemically mess with the tires that are so young.
No, once you transition these tires with these chemicals, that you can't undo it. It's a permanent change. It shows up in the tests as we go to our 5 to go caution.
Yeah, there's definitely laws against that in D&Q, no doubt. Agree. Chris Bailey going woke there, getting into one, but Showalter hanging on the outside very well, getting him arrow tight. And we see that in the Cup Series all the time. He just can't make the turn. Showalter getting to the lead.
Bobby Showtime to the lead as Chris Bailey gets kicked out of Florida, and he's going straight to the back. Bobby Showtime still showing him how it's done. He's got that thing turned up.
Yeah, see that center turn right there? That is the telltale. All right, watch it. Ready? You want to see what it looks like when somebody's messing with tires? Watch the gap that closes in the center of the corner. Whoop, that is not natural. Not natural.
That's that bite.
That's right around Orlando is where all that's happening. Bobby Showtime.
Ah, he was going to win that race. J.R. Norris goes around for a spin. Let's take a look and see what happens there. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. I think there's a little bit of oil on the race. Yep.
A little bit of NDF, too.
Tyler Sandmeyer putting some oil down on the racetrack. Got that sheen.
It was a solid piece, and now he's got a big hole, an artificial hole in it, and he's just got it's leaking.
Prince's nose candy is all over the racetrack as we're going to go back green for a green-white checkered over the nose candy. So let's see what happens here, Bill.
Bobby Showtime sends it, and looks like Chris Bailey gets to his inside. All that prep makes him stick. He's going to win the race and get tossed. Bobby Showtime is your winner.
Showtime to the outside. He is going to win via a tire sample. Bailey takes the checkered, but let's go down and talk to our winner, Robert Showalter.
P2 here with Bobby Showtime. Well, I want to know, you picked up the lead on the top on that restart, and then you chose it kind of seemed like you were forced to choose the bottom, but why'd you decide to go to the bottom?
After all the oil got down on the track there, I felt like the oil slick was up in the top groove, so I didn't know if I really wanted to be up there, and it really didn't matter. We started on the bottom, and we slid all the way up to the top anyways. So I figured maybe if I was at the top, I would have slid into the wall. We lost a lot of bite once we got that white stuff down and that the oil out of the track. But, yeah, ran good. Led some laps. Too bad my dash cart's not that fast. Thing's horrible, but we'll get it figured out. Congratulations to Bailey there. Good, clean race, and I think we got the cup cart figured out. We just got to go work on the dash cart.
Oh, Bobby Showtime, always looking ahead. Finished second tonight. Not worried about this cart, though.
Good.
Mark Ellis, second P3 in a row? Or second podium in a row, at least. Good run for the Hunt Brothers machine. What did you need to be able to catch the 2 leaders?
Well, it didn't help that the speedy drive was down there. I think we all had a little trouble with that. Just a little better handling cart. We know we've got work to do. Thanks to Hunt Brothers for coming on board, helping me out. As you see, in Talladega and tonight, the first starting spot is the worst spot to be in to start in. So you know how that goes. We got work to do, and we'll come back at them next time.
Well, we do know one thing. Tyler Sandmeyer could have taken at least 4 more laps around here and really greased it off. It would have been a really good finish.
Auto Lube and Repair Pro Cup, Gage Painter will be the SRI Pole Award winner with 12.629. He will start on the front row with Alex Kirk, who likes to eat ribs.
Row number 2, Eric Yost and Johnny Kidwell.
Auto Lube and Repair, row 3, Ray Thies in the 03 and Ryan Ayers in the 71.
Brandon Connard and, Cole in the next row.
Cole Rankin. Rob Shoes and running back for Carolina Panthers, John Stewart.
Oh, Ratchet Shaws and Ben Murphy in the next row.
Matt Noyce, Luke Smith.
Alex Lasagna and Crossroad Craig Smith.
And Zach Smith and Jay Zarapata in this next row for Auto Lube and Repair Pro Cup.
Zach Campolonia and Carson Schmidt will round out the field here for tonight's Auto Lube and Repair Pro Cup Series. Let's take a look at the info here. Oh, look at that graphic. Whoop! Stock Predator, Hoosiers, great. Let's race these things. Very amateur talent here in this series. Gage Painter will lead the field and very amateur cameramen.
Oh.
And here we go.
I thought that was
Green
just
flag is out. Yeah, well, a little bit of both, actually, as we go green. Wow. 4 wide already almost. And you know what? That's the thing in Pro Cup. You know, these guys are pretty much rookies, so they'll stick their nose on the outside of somebody's cart, and then they'll get run up the wall and flip and be mad at the guy that they stuck their nose outside. So you got to love this action here in the Pro Cup Series.
Yeah, nobody really knows about saving their shit to the end. It's pretty much just go, go, go the whole time. And, you know, some of these veterans in the upper class know what to do to actually win the race. These guys, nope, we're just Nintendo controller, on, off the gas, and all the way left or all the way right. That's it. There's no in between.
That's exactly right. Yeah, Days of Thunder style.
Ryan Ayers trying to run down the leader. Well, there's a big battle behind him. Looks like that's the 02. Is that Ratchet Jaws in the 02?
No,
and
that
now
is the
Kirk
ice.
in the 18.
That is the Iceman, and Eric Yost in the 4, and the 71 is about to wreck. So nice. Yeah. Well, right now Kidwell trying to run down Gage Painter and the Iceman in 3rd as the rest of that gaggle back there. A little bit of a mess. Looks like a lot of fun there as Ratchet Jaws is one of the ringleaders of that group.
Oh, somebody got sideways down the backstretch.
It's like Ben Murphy in the Danos machine there as we're watching Gage Painter and John Kidwell battle it out. Painter able to get a run, takes that big arc there, Jay-Z, and is able to get a run. And it's almost like he got a diamond 3 and 4 and a big arc in 1 and 2 if you can handle it.
Yeah, it seems like in 3 they're entering a half lane up more than they would normally do it. Let that cart rotate and get more of a straighter line off here. I think it's just the way the track's groomed and what the drivers are feeling with that right rear's getting a little bit of bite and that weight's moving the right way. Kidwell, master at this track. Oh, we got a big pile up.
Oh.
Line at the Gender Affirming Care Clinic
Yeah,
in the backstretch.
tough break there. Wow, I hope they all had their masks on.
Yeah,
They're really
that
close
could've
to
been a
each
lot
other back
worse.
there in the backstretch. Could have been a lot worse. Eric Yost involved in that. The 97 of Ron Shute going to take a breath there for a minute. Let's see what happened there on the backstretch. Yeah. Oh, wow. That was an impressive rock around there. Impressive. Tough break for some of these guys. Yeah. Looks like the 4 of Yost just got sideways and nobody actually looked in front of them. They just piled on into it. There we go. Got the restart Gage Painter and Kidwell on the front row with Alex Kirk doing a great job in the Iceman. Cole Egoilova in the 4th position.
Gage Painter trying to make it stick on the outside. We know that thing definitely had the body work done right on it. Got that down for us. He's doing everything he can, and the inside's a preferred lane. It's got the grip right now as looks like,
Yeah, Alex Kirk with putting that lane choice to work.
No doubt Alex Kirk going to get to the front of this field and he's going to lead. You know, we have very good gear rules here in D&Q, so if you're a little bit bigger, you can run a good gear that will hold you up to the same amount of RPM as everybody else in the field, and we're seeing that at play right now with Alex Kirk lead.
that's for sure. We're definitely going to check that motor, check those tires, though, just to be sure. But, you know, sometimes the track It just needs that higher CG. Get over there, get on the right sides, make them dig. Tonight's track might be just that for Alex Kirk. Either way, we're definitely going to Fat Boys after this.
Look at the 7th to like 15th place, just pack of cars back there. It's like they all run the same setup in the back of the field. It's just amazing. That pack is never at the front of the field, is it?
No, they saw that last post on Bob's Force Cycle 3 weeks ago. They copied and pasted it, put it on the bathroom scales, and they shipped it.
No shit. That is so funny. I'll get on there every once in a while, and they're like, I know people are prepping that run that DNQ class. It's just so funny.
Yeah, you're right. They get tossed every single week.
Yes, and I got to commend everybody else that runs the series, because when somebody does it, it's very obvious, because everybody is not wanting to do that. No chemical warfare here. Yeah. This is not Iraq. We're not doing that crap here. So
no one gets the Hunter Biden laptop treatment here. It's not swept under the rug as we got one around. Everything's front and center and fully transparent here, from the stars to the who's that Kelly guy? Old Nightcrawler that got tossed. Yeah, he got tossed once for it too.
Are we missing?
It got into
some damage.
We got into the nose candy a little bit there in the 25.
Emotional damage.
Not sure what happened there. Let's have a look. Oh yeah. Little spin action there, and just rip the nose off that thing.
Debris on the backstretch there. It looks like a right front fender laying down there.
You know, the nose candy out there, it's got to add something to it. Broken nose, had some nose candy on the track. Alex Kirk leads the field for this restart. Gage Painter doing a great job. Gets that run to the outside, gives him a bump. Looks like Kirk got a little tight.
Is that Kidwell on the inside there, back to the point?
Absolutely. John Kidwell to the lead as he passes Alex Kirk. Gage Painter trying to make that move. La Canada.
Got right up there
all
on
over the back bumper. Yeah. He got some strake marks in that nose, and Ray Thies is just going to stop on the track. That's something that we're cracking down on. If you want to sit on the track to bring out the caution, you're going to get parked. And going forward, that is going to be one of those things that we're looking at. At least he's making a show out of it here on the backstretch.
Yeah, get out there, work on your right front fender. He's on the Daytona 500. You're good.
There's no reason he could have hit the gas right there. Like, okay, yeah, I'm wrecked. All right, hit the gas, which he did, and drive away. So that'll be the end of those. All right. Yeah, and you know, these restarts are pretty wild, Jay-Z. I mean, double file restarts, these guys are all over each other, and it's very interesting to watch.
It is. It goes back to that lane choice graphic from earlier, where you want to protect the bottom, right? It's the shortest way. You're just getting some speed wound up with these Predator engines. Or you're not at full speed coming out of 2. And you got to open up your hands the right way, so that guy on the outside can really pinch you down, cause you to scrub speed, and take advantage. But if you can be first to basically that apex of turn 1, you got someone, your right side's clear, you can open up those hands and get a good drive off, which Kidwell was able to do. But man, Kirk's giving it his all right there, trying to make sure he gets to be the Mac Daddy tonight as the camera was watching.
Oh, we got one on his lid.
Ben Murphy should not sit in his cart that way. I don't know why he had his face on the engine. That was kind of weird. That's going to bring out the caution. The 80's involved in this.
La Canada there too.
Yeah, La Canada left rear somebody and pretty much wrecked the field there. So, and you know what? Going forward as well, which you guys will see in the next videos, we're going to go ahead and park people post video for racing like that. So La Canada right there would get a 0-point value. Going forward, if you're going to cause wrecks like that, you're going to go to the back.
Yeah, he even evaluated the damage, kind of like a serial killer, like going back to a home.
and you know what? That's just one thing, trying to keep everybody safe. So if you want to go in there and go 7 wide and somebody flips because of it, we're going to put you to the back. And that's how it's going to get policed from now on. After the next video, and you'll know why, because that was out of control. But right now we're watching Kirk and Kidwell get after it.
Yeah, this is good, clean racing up here at the front. These two know what they're doing. Gage Painter under fire right now for that last podium spot. Right now he's holding on to it, trying to make that top lane work, but the grip just not quite there. Big run. Can't quite get it done. They're 4-5 wide for that podium spot. That? Something was going to work. Charlie Kirk goes to shithouse. He falls from second back to about 20.
Ryan Ayers Force 1 just sent that thing in there with only a few laps left. He is going to go to the lead. We got 2 hung up there, Smith and Teasley. We stay green. Kidwell getting to the front here. He's coming off of turn 4. He's going to take the checkered flag in the win. 2 in a row for the Pro Cup Series. Let's go down and talk.
Johnny Kidwell down in victory lane. I think I called you Anthony, Johnny, whatever your name was. Cross the start-finish line. 1 foot up in the air. It was a fight. You and Alex Kirk. Kirk ended up like dying into turn 3 thanks to Flying Ryan Ayers. But what a fight back in victory lane once again.
Yeah, it was a tough one. I give it to Kirk there. He dove by me and won, and I had to give it back to him. It was the only shot I knew if it kept green would be all right. And but all in all, it was a great night again for KPG. It's 2 for 2 this year, and just hopefully keep the momentum rolling. And just got to thank John and Jim Kinder at KPG and my brother and my dad for everything. And just a good feeling. It was a tough one. I didn't think I was going to get it. He was pretty quick on the long runs, and I just didn't have enough bite in 1 and 2. But I was glad we were able to pull it off.
Johnny Kidwell back to victory lane. I got it right this time. Johnny Kidwell in victory lane once again. P2. I think you were more excited crossing the line than Johnny was.
Well, this is my first podium, and I've been doing this for a few years now. So the guys, Brad, you boys up there finally can say last race they were like, wait, cross-thread, row 2. This time I came back from 15th. Had a heck of a run. The cart felt good. Some misfortunes capitalized and got myself up in the position here. And finally, score one for the old guys. Curtis Markham, he was running up front in the cup race for a while. Like I said, I'm just excited. Finally got a chance to make a podium and just happy, man. Like to thank Solid Restos, let's see, Humex, Bob Service, Johnny Oliverio for everything he does to help me out, all my teammates to help me out. And man, I'm excited. My voice is hoarse. I was screaming under my helmet. So I'm hoping this breaks the ice and I can start gaining some more momentum and hopefully get my way over there to victory lane.
Come up 1 spot short, but it's a night for the old-timers here this evening, guys.
Here we go. What?
All right, Flying Ryan Ayers lived up to your name. Dover in there 18 wide. Alex Kirk almost ended up in Mooresville. But you come out with the podium after running like mid all race. But P3's not bad.
Yeah, not too bad. We were really, really, really tight. So just got to work on for the next race. Just one thing, Welch and Beatty, LJ Design, Plus Engines, Joy Seating, everybody helps on this thing. It's fun to drive. We just got to make it just a little bit freer getting in, just to steer. But not a bad podium. Not the way that I kind of want to do it. But they bobbled up. Like, everybody's completely just driving like assholes all race. And they bobbled with, I think, 2 to go off of 2. And I was like, well, this is my one chance to, actually, like, make some ground. And I'm not sure how wide we were, but it was more than 5, I would assume. But hopefully it was fun to watch, and hopefully we can move up 2 more places.
Was fun to watch. If his radios don't work at the next race, it's because Alex Kirk got to him. You hear me, Alex? It was Flying Ryan Ayers that put you 18 wide into turn 3. Flying Ryan Ayers is who it was.
Fitstop Performance USAC Series, and on the SRI Pole Award will be Stephen Broy with a 12.323, Mr. JFK himself. He'll be on the front row with Bob Weidman in the front row. Charlie Kingpin and the Bad Kitty in the next row. Where's his passport? Dustin Cade, Mekai Harshawn. We're full-blown consistent here. 425, big boys. Gotta have a cage around this thing, dude. If you want to mess around with aero stuff, that is on you, as long as it has soft edges. We all could use a soft edge every once in a while.
Yeah, like a stuff like that.
We're going to see a heck of a ride through the field tonight with Mike Melton in the Avenger in-kart camo for tonight's USAC Pit Stop Performance event. I want to thank Pit Stop Performance for their support of this series, and what a series it has been. It has grown so much over the years. Really excited to see where this series goes in the future. And look at that field of buggies as we take the green.
These guys a little bit more tame than some of the other classes. I don't know why they have a cage around them. They should be just absolutely sending it every corner. But these guys have a little bit more power.
The exposed tires. The exposed tires. They just do it all. As we got 2 of them already done for the night. That sucks.
Starting park?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we pay so well in D&Q that it pays to start and park, you know. Last place at least gets $5,000.
Yeah, thinking it had a 7NY on the side of it. I couldn't really tell.
36.
Yeah, 36.
36 or 35. Yeah. Interesting to see Broy and that KPG group having so much speed at the beginning of the year. Just cannot close these races out as we're watching Bob Weidman trying to get there. And we got Aaron Rodgers in third. Surprised his cart's red. I would expect it to be green.
Yeah. Following the path of Brett Favre. He'll be washed up here by next race.
Yeah, it'll be a Viking in 2 years. It'll be purple.
That KPG team, I mean, you see all the aero bits on those cars. Kinder himself, I mean, lots of wind tunnel experience. We know that he knows how to get it done, so I would expect those karts have been in and out of the tunnel, seeing how much grip that they can get in those karts without binding them up. You know that thing's definitely been on the shaker rig. All that R&D, which they did so heavily last year and over the winter, has definitely paid off for them this year. Absolutely. You can't just go swinging that thing all over the place. Setup's got to complement it. And they've definitely got the right combination as we go on board with the Avengers single-man electric cart stand cart sponsorship. Mike Melton, number 16, with his helmet hook in the right front there. Gives you to take your helmet off and hook it before you get out of the go-kart.
Racing Ivan Gubmistad, the Russian Ivan. He's got a lockdown not only on Ukraine with the colors on that cart, but he is driving away from him. So great job by... I haven't seen the Ukraine flag yet in this event, but I'm sure it's going to be coming out here very soon.
Either way, they're getting a $30 billion bonus.
You know what? I have a feeling that by the time that war's over, we're all going to own at least 30 acres in Ukraine. Yeah. Every person in America. We're paying for it, so we better own some of it. Right now, Stephen Broy, the never give up story of the year. Stephen Broy has come a long way in kart racing as he puts David Crops one lap down here, and he's going to be racing for that lucky dog with Cody Sauls here very shortly.
Go!
No. Yeah, the helmet's not supposed... Yeah, it's not supposed to be pinched in between the bars.
Inside the cage.
Charlie Kingen goes for a flip, and the chassis was on his head. Looks like he's okay.
He ain't dead.
The belts came undone there. We're going to have to look at this one more time.
Holy shit, I'm about to have a
Charlie
seizure from this cameraman.
Yeah, all right, let's take a look at what happened here. Let's go.
Oh, God.
On the berm, way out of the cart. My goodness. Let's take a look at that one more time in slow motion. Door slam somebody, up the berm,
Ooh.
See you later, up and out. You know what? Karasee's Photography does such a good job at taking photos of this wreck. Let's take a look at this frame by frame real quick. Looks like the belts came undone. He hit his latch.
Oh, yeah.
And there he goes. Want to thank Karis. Absolutely. Let's go side by side for this restart with Magic Mike Melton and the rest of the field, and we have our live leaderboard on the left side, and let's see how crazy these restarts are.
Magic Mike Melton watching everybody go 4 wide in front of him because he's the last one in this group.
Always wild, these restarts, 3 and 4 wide as we're watching them go through the whole field and watching Mike Melton see what's in front of him. And a lot of guys just do not check up for these restarts. And that's what I'm talking about, is these guys 3 wide right in front of Melton. That's got to be tough with that exposed tires. Bob Weidman is going to the inside, going to make the pass on Stephen Broy.
Yeah, watch that berm on the inside. We just saw somebody get flipped over from that. These guys are, ooh, Broy almost did it to himself right there. These guys are giving it everything they've got as Connorino slips up into the podium position.
Now we've seen Connorino, JFK Broy in the past. Does that happen now?
I think so. He gave him a good shot in 3 or 4, right to the back of the head, nearly a double tap. But Broy was able to hang on, so there's no brain matter to clean up right now. But Weidman, man, he knows what he's doing. He's got it figured out that Broy seems to have fallen off after this latest heat cycle of the tires during that caution.
Yeah,
White flag is out for Bob Weidman. Will he take the win here?
Or will the grassy knoll come into play? Bob Weidman comes around, takes the win in the USAC Series. Stephen Broy narrowly escapes in 7th place.
No magic bullets here.
Down in victory lane, jubilation for Bobby Weidman. It's about time a Kirk machine has got into victory lane because we knew he wasn't going to do it himself. But big victory here tonight for you.
Just glad Alex didn't buy the fuel tonight, so we'll pass Tech. We got the right fuel in it this time, and just really good cart. Got in the right spot at the right time, and I had Speed Clinic, Austin Pless behind me, and Mystery Performance, and it was just a good cart.
Had to put the moves on Broy there at the end. He's always tough to beat in these. Came out pretty clean, though, so you got to be happy about that.
Yeah, I tried to be as clean as I could. Last second looked, he was there, couldn't do much, but I tried to give him a little bit of room, but it happens. It's racing.
Well, Bobby Weidman, you can't tell it, but he's excited. I'm excited for him. I'm excited for Alex Kirk, too. Finally, a victory. Pending Tech. Stephen Broy, P2. Actually smiled at Contorino tonight. It's a lot different than the last time I interviewed you. Didn't get Contorino, but came up a bit short again.
Yeah, it just didn't fire off on the 5 to go. We were fast again and just didn't close out another one. We've been really fast this year and just haven't closed one out. It's starting to get a little bit annoying. But I just want to thank John Kinder, Jim Kinder, everyone over at KPG, RSKKS Properties, the signpost, and that's basically it.
Upset driver, we can't call him the closer tonight, but maybe one day. Well, Mike Contorino, P3, you could see his cart from a mile away. Didn't really ruffle too many feathers tonight, although Kingpin went flipping, but I don't know if that was really your fault. I think he just jumped the berm and did that to himself.
Yeah, he did that to himself. I wasn't near that situation. I stir a lot of pots, but that wasn't one of them. But yeah, P3, I'll take it tonight. We've been good since last season. I'm going to keep momentum going for a championship.
Well, no scrapping here for P3. Contorino did it in somewhat clean style, somewhat clean for the USAC Series.
Nowhere.US Series Pole Award will go to Will Monroe, who gets the SRI Pole Award for the beer that you'll see on your shelves every food store that you go to. Bill Murray.
Michael Ryder, Dave
We got Anthony Kidwell unlocking that in the next row.
I have really got to stop drinking so much when we do this.
Damian Jenks and Thomas Backmarkham in the 15.
Jason Campbell, Peter Shepard.
We're going to have to rename this series. Moonhead. There he is. And we're going to have to rename the series. I feel like that's coming.
Yep.
I really feel like it's coming here. I mean, Nowhere.US does a great job sponsoring it.
Back from the dead. Aaron Rodgers and Chris Lawson, row number 2.
We had some
Good
white
stop
zombie
performance run number
beer
3 is
tonight,
Kyle Beatty
and I feel
and
like
Mark
the
Durden.
Cabarrus Brewing Company does a good job with that. Here it is, Nowhere.us series,
Mike Catrino
Stock Predator, same thing as
and-
Pro Cup. Same exact thing, and obviously we're going to take the top 10 like we did last year and put them together for that
Austin Compton,
war
Chad
series,
Chaffee.
which is going to be very interesting. Got some in-car cameras for tonight. That'll be Mike Reimer. We'll have an Avenger one-man cart standing
Cody
car camera.
Stalls and Stephen
And the other one will be the 66 of Damian
And pit
Jenks.
stop performance, David Cross.
So here we go.
and Matt
Nowhere.us
Perry,
series. Will
Mike
Monroe on the
Melton,
pole.
The magic Mike
He's had some
Melton will
issues
round
going
out the
through
field
tech.
here,
We'll see
as
if
I
he
think
can
we'll get
have a good
graphic
run
for
here
the
tonight
rules
and
for
get tore down
USAC
again as we go green.
competition.
Big
Great.
gaggle of cars up front there. They're 2 and 3 wide, but right now the leader's looking good. Battle is for 5th and 6th. They're 3 wide still after a whole lap.
Sharp ones I've been eyeing up. Semi.
Yeah, and that's one thing we're seeing Lacanada in the last race. He's been a sub-driver for Leighton Sibley, who was allowed to have 2. So people are playing the game with the sub-driver stuff, which, I understand the rulebook's got some loopholes in it, but that'll be it for Leighton Sibley, who he can drive for us. He is on the back bumper of Will Monroe right now, trying to make a move as Jeremy Murphy is there in 3rd.
Man, he cut right down in front of them, took the air off the nose, but now getting the air packed on the left rear of that car, looking to get tight up off. That opens the door for the 55 car to go 2 for 1. Tries to go to the lead, can't quite get it done, bitched out.
Stepped on the old pepperoni, as we say here in DNQ. And look at that, Anthony Kidwell starting to roll his way through the field here.
I think Weidman
Started
got
pretty
by
far
Broy.
back.
Broy sends
Now
it back
second.
down the inside of 1. Slide job. City coming off of 2. Broy retains the lead as they head down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Lacanada with that clean air really pull it away. Anthony Kidwell is going to have to make quick work here of 3rd place to try to get in his draft and catch him. But right now, battle is for that 2nd spot, and they keep trading it back and forth, just letting Lacanada get out even farther. Whoa!
Commentator's curse. Unbelievable. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to look, to be honest with you. I don't really know. That is Andrew Hale. Yeah, and let's go on board with the 2 drivers here, Michael Reimer and Damian Jenks, as they are battling
Bill,
it
we
out.
talked
And you get to see
about,
them, they're
CG
racing
a
right
couple
near each other.
races
So on the
ago,
left
and a lot of the
is
work
Michael
now is
Reimer,
going
on the
into
right is Damian
where
Jenks, who is
the
right
pressure
behind
point is in that
Reimer.
go-kart,
So now we're
right?
really
Where
getting
in
to
the
see how these
underbody
races play
is
out
that,
for
that
both seats.
maximum center of pressure as the
Gotta
air
let somebody
rushes
drive
through the
in a
tunnels
hoodie with
and
no
exit
neck.
out the back. And I know that KPG has
Who's
found
driving that
something.
99?
They locked down the tunnel. There's
That
security out
is
front.
Will Monroe, and
They've
he has a
got some
death wish.
intel on where
So
that pressure
as he
point
gets
needs to be.
passed
Seems
by
to be
Mike
working.
Reimer, that, just like, long hair. If you want to, Reimer up the wall. Gives him the, and you know what? That's a DNQ thing. If you're on the outside, you have to be aware of your surroundings, especially in a flat cart. Reimer's got every reason to be mad about that.
Yep, definitely gave him the here, this is your lane maneuver after that. So we go back to this Kidwell battle. Who's in? I can't see the number on that second car.
Jeremy Murphy in
Murphy?
the 55. Jeremy Murphy and Anthony Kidwell, but nothing for Lacanada right now. Absolutely nothing.
Most likely. Yep.
Yeah, watching Michael Reimer fight his way back through the field, definitely did get by the 98 of Will Monroe, and Damian Jenks having some heck of a battle here along with the 70 card as well.
And it's pure pace, too. He's getting really far down on the bottom where, not in 1 and 2 that time. We got one over on its side here in 3 and 4.
Let's take a look at that replay of what happened with Reimer as we go on board with Damian Jenks. Just barely pinched, and right there, the 25 could have hit the brakes. That's the stuff I'm talking about. So right up here, you know you're getting squeezed. All right, get on the brakes a little bit. Get off the gas, but man.
Nope, Nintendo
and you know
controller.
what? It's a little too late. I believe there's a FU thrown out there, but look, I mean that's driver awareness. They both have to be aware of their surroundings as we go back green. A little bit of racing etiquette there, Bill, as we're watching Kidwell take the lead from La Canada.
Yeah, Kidwell finally got the clean air that he needs.
He's a
to get by
fortunate dude
La
right
Canada.
there, to be honest with you.
And right now, the battle for fifth, somebody's airtight and
He got
skiing.
messed
That
up.
looks like a lot of trouble.
We got carts around there in turn 2. We stay green. There you go. Somebody knows how to hit the gas pedal after they spin. That is amazing. So we're watching Anthony Kidwell with that 5-to-go caution just making it happen. And we know the patented D&Q 5-to-go cautions always cause a bunch of excitement as a white flag is out for Kidwell.
Kidwell.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's running away with it like that. La Canada seemed to have it all locked down, but that dirty air really hurt him as he comes to the line. Another Kidwell pulls off a win here in D&Q this evening.
Well, it's a Kidwell sweep here tonight in Millbridge Speedway for the DNQ Series, picking up the Busch Series win. You had to fight for that one. It was like a scrap from like third on back, and then finally got clear of that, and you were able to use that 5-to-go caution.
Yeah, it took a couple laps for it to settle down. I figured out she liked it in the mud and just kept it low.
I mean, this thing was hooked up once you got clear of all that. It's pretty scrappy there from like second to fifth. I mean, talk about just trying to navigate through all that.
Well, you try to race people clean at the same time as you're sliding, so you're trying to race hard but clean. So you don't always get a clean pass. Sometimes you just got to make it work and hope the guy don't knock you out when you come back in the pits.
Well, Anthony Kidwell, your winner again here tonight. Kidwell sweep once again at Millbridge. Well, it's a tale old as time. He gets the chug points in, but led the whole way till the 5-to-go caution, gave it up. Saw you getting some pointers there from promoter Eddie DeHaunt.
I don't know if I caught
What'd you need to hold off Kidwell?
Man, I didn't need that 5 to go, but that's part of the DNQ series. So this AL Racing go-kart was really, really fast tonight on both features. Probably the best I've ever been here. So hats off to my crew over here. They did a great job and worked really, really hard the last week and a half on this thing. Brought a new body and practically a brand new piece. So hopefully we can get one this season.
Awfully close tonight. Alex Lasagna, La Canada. I'm not allowed to call him La Canada, only Lasagna here at Millbridge Speedway. Well, Carson Ferguson says Brandon on the jacket. I don't think that's his jacket. Started P19, got up to third. Do you feel like you could have won if you had a couple more laps?
I don't really know. We tried to figure out how slow we could go in qualifying, and I think we did pretty good at it. And then we picked it up for the feature, but it was a lot of fun to come out here and just have fun and beat and bang and try to be as safe as you can at the same time. But I got to thank Zach for letting me ride, and hopefully we can come out next time.
Is the speed in the jacket? Because the Mount Holly Mistletoe is not wearing that, and he has not been running good. I think the speed's in the jacket for sure.
Carolina Racing Supplies, SRI Polar Board will go to Chris Lawson in the 38. He will be on the front row with Jonathan Stewart on the outside row.
I was fucking around, not paying attention. Going Ms. Bad Kitty, Elaine Hughes, and Mike Melton in the third row of Carolina Racing Supply Dash Series competition.
Yeah, in the Dash Series, kind of a introductory series a little bit for some guys that are looking to get into DNQ. So if you want to first start in DNQ, I would suggest coming out here and running the Dash Series. But know that same etiquette goes along with racing. If you're on the outside of somebody right off the end of the corner, you need to back off of it. If you have somebody on your outside and you're even, you need to give them the room. So those lessons usually get learned here in the Carolina Racing Supplies Dash Series.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
Let's take a look at the information for the Carolina Racing Supplies Dash Series. They'll figure it out or they'll flip. It's going to be one or the other. And this is small tires all the way around. So we have the small D30s all the way around on this series, and a great introductory series if you want to get into D&Q. We have an in-car camera for tonight. Jonathan Stewart might make you some really good furniture even after this feature tonight. These guys love to work.
The best.
The Amish.
That lacquer they find.
Oh
mint,
my gosh,
bro! I'm telling you.
I mean the apple pie they make, amazing. Zach Ralston will have a 3D camera there as well off the front nose of that thing. So here we go. Chris Lawson leading the field as we go green here for the Carolina Racing Supplies Dash Series feature event. Gotta love the Dash Series. A lot of beginners in this series, small tires, not a lot of brains, and a whole lot of balls. So makes for some great racing.
Yeah, what I love about this series too, you get a mixture of some of those veterans too that like to come down here and race with the talent that they're trying to recruit. Somebody like Bobby Showtime, we see flying Ryan Ayers in this series too, as we're skiing right now. We're on board with, I don't know who this is. Zach Ralston, yeah, he was, had something in the mouth and two hands too. But yeah, come out here if you don't really know what you're doing. This is definitely the class for you. Get some experience, get to race with guys that do know what you're doing and people who don't know what you're doing also. So yeah, lots to learn out here.
There's a lot to learn by running Dash and walking around in New York City at 2 a.m. You just need to watch your neck at every corner, right? So you just got to watch it. Let's go side by side here. We're going to watch some of this action as we're on board with Jonathan Stewart, who is got some wood lined up to make a nice dinner table after this feature's over. And then we're watching on the left side Chris Lawson absolutely destroy this field. We'll see if he passes tech.
Lawson, he's been in a couple of their classes tonight, but hasn't had nearly the success we're used to seeing out of him in that kart that he's having in the Dash Series right now. And in 2022, he's an absolute monster, and people hated seeing him unload at the racetrack because he was a threat to win every week. So it's good to see him get things figured out in the Dash Series. Maybe this is a sign of him turning things around.
Yeah, you know, after you run a couple times a night and you're not that good, sometimes you just throw the whole toolbox at it and it works. So maybe that's what Lawson did, or he put that crew chief brain to good work and actually put the tune on this thing.
Busted out the old metric crescent wrench, went to work, and figured some shit out.
Charlie Furman in the flow coating, one of Ryan Flores' business, makes a pass there for the third place. Lawson, Blaine Downey, we talked to earlier, and Charlie Furman, your top three. Mike Melton fourth, and the Bad Kitty's wife, Jen Welsh, will round up the top five as she's getting roughed up there for the fifth position by Jonathan Stewart. Man, you gotta love the Dash Series. A little strung out right here, like Courtney Love, as Bill would like to say.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing, though, for this series. Trust me. Elaine Hughes having another great run here tonight. The women drivers of D&Q doing a great job. You have Jen Welsh and Elaine Hughes. They're in the top 10, doing a great job.
Yeah, running within a second.
As she gets spun. Tough.
Oh,
no.
You really hate that because she was having such a good run.
Towges is hurting.
Towge is just unbelievable. Let's take a look at that again. Got a little tight. Ayers did not check up. Gets into the back bumper. Not her fault at all. Dan Marak hit a ton. Ralston involved in that as well.
I believe Marak's helmet scraped the wall.
That's one of those deals where that crew chief, that spotter's got to be like, lock it down, lock it down, lock it down. And she did not, and nearly got de-ribbed by another driver there.
Yeah, that's from the in-car camera of Ralston. Yeah, and you know, you got to look ahead when you're racing. That's You can't drive off the hood pins, as I like to say a lot. There you go, Lawson firing off in the restart. And that's the other issue with the Dash Series. A lot of rookies. You're going to see a lot of wrecks. Going to junk a lot of crap, especially on these restarts. So here we go. Ryan Ayer's just been sending it tonight. I feel like he's been in a little bit of desperation mode. When he has a hole, he goes for it as 3 wide.
Yeah, much like a college bar. Ryan Ayers sending it at any open hole.
They're playing closing time. You better find something.
Yeah,
right?
This is the last race of the night. I mean, it's all you got.
You know, sometimes you're better off just finding something before the lights come on. 'Cause usually that's worse.
Dude, when you get her to the tech shed, you find out everything that's not in spec, and you want to toss it real quick.
Yeah, you never know, right?
Yeah, but by then you're committed.
Right? You're tearing it down all the way, either way, right? Oh, there's a racing pun for everything, gentlemen. That's why I love this sport.
Didn't know we were unloading a stroker here tonight, did we? Yeah. All right, look at that.
Listen to her chop as she eats that pizza after hours. You know what I mean?
Hey, how are you doing? You never know nowadays. You just got to watch.
You know you only have to be 425. Why are you 453?
Right?
You know what's a couple 25 pounds between friends? That's stuff
How
we
did
talk
you
about
tuck
later,
it?
bud.
How did you tuck that crank?
Right? Big lobes to hide.
Yeah.
Amish Missile here got it up to third place with a couple of Hail Mary
There you
moves
go.
there.
I like that name, the Amish Missile. We're using it from now on.
Yeah.
5 to go. Amish Missile there on the outside of row 2. Can he make it happen as we go back green? Lawson gets the jump. Mike Melton up to second there via the choose cone. Furman, yeah, never mind. That was short-lived.
Man, Lawson with a hell of a jump for a spec motor class.
Yeah, right. He's got that early mail-in ballots working in his favor as Furman tries to hold on to P3 over Magic McMelton. The Showtime pushes up high. He loses 2 spots in one corner, throws the haymaker back to the bottom. He doors Melton. It's 3 wide as we come to the line.
Only a few laps left. That is Campolonia in the 5. Melton somehow fights his way back and misses Bad Kitty there in the top 5 as Melton trying to get to Campolonia. 2 laps to go.
Flying Ryan Ayers ripping the right side off that thing for 8th place. He just took it 4 wide and came out ahead, but it's 3 wide in front of him trying to get on the last spot of the podium. Everybody's doing everything they possibly can here.
White flag is in the air. Lawson going to take the victory. He's going to cross the line first. Fails fuel. Furman fails fuel. Blaine Donahue will cross the line, and the rest of those cards. What a mess. Let's go time to Blaine Donahue.
All right, Blaine Donahue, P3, body's still on it. That is important, I've heard. Not a bad night. You got shuffled out, but you fought back.
Yeah, we definitely didn't have enough for that guy.
That thing's got to be cheated. Jesus.
Definitely got something figured out. I mean, he's definitely got that thing taped up. But, I mean, we had a solid car. Charlie, congrats to him. He's a friend of mine. It's the first night out on the podium. So, good for him.
Whoever that guy is.
Yeah, whoever that guy is. But, yeah, but I think we definitely had a top 3 car. So, I'm happy about that.
Maybe one of these days he'll get a crew chief that knows what he's doing, and he'll get us a win here at Millbridge Speedway.
If that guy could set it up for me.
It would have been funner if he was paying attention.
Let's take a look at the Nowhere.us Series final results. Anthony Kidwell, LaCanada, Carson Ferguson, Michael Reimer, Jeremy Murphy round out the top 5.
I don't know who Monroe's first name is. Damian Jinks, Devin Stroop, Robert Deering, and Trip Bruce round out the top 10.
Yeah, we haven't seen some of the stalwarts we've seen over the last couple of years run a few of these classes, so it's letting people like a Murphy, a LaCanada, and a Ferguson really shine. I think everyone is in congruence that the Kidwells know what the fuck they're doing, and they're out there, they're set on kill mode right now after struggling early. But, people like LaCanada, good for him getting some shit together, driving a little aggressive, but hey, man, that's why he's second and not 7th or something like that,
Let's take a look at the Escape Pool Cup Series final results. Showalter will get the win after the tire sample comes through. Curtis Markham, a top 5 finish. He is definitely the highlighted driver of tonight's race.
Still can get it done. I mean, he beat some good guys. He beat Adam Welsh. He beat Chris Carroll. There's some big names behind him that old Father Time can still get it done.
Absolutely. Markham's got tons of experience. That notebook we talk about, all the different track conditions, he kind of just keeps in the same ballpark, and some nights a track comes to him, sometimes it doesn't. Tonight it worked out good for
He flipped back to Loudon 2 from 04, and that sucker was on rails.
You pull out them black rustlers and strap them bad boys on, you get a setup in that bitch and it's gonna go.
Let's take a look at the race we just watched, Carolina Racing Supplies Dash Series final results. Blaine Donahue will get the win in the tech shed. Jen Welsh, a solid top 3 finish, career best.
Yeah, on the podium, she's been